Hi guys, I am Mr. Rysz. I'm going to be your computer science principles teacher this year. I made a video here, or I'm just making a video to introduce you to the class in case I can't see you, and let you know what this class is going to be like this year. So I got a PowerPoint presentation that we will go over. So I get that started here right now. So let's get this full screen. I guess it's going to be a little picky. I'm compressing a video as we do this right now. So here we go. So this is a Project Lead the Way class. So we will go through Project Lead the Way to get all this information and over computer science principles. So we'll follow that, but you might also be getting some CCP credit. In fact, 2 classes, the most that any class in this entire high school can get. So it's a pretty awesome deal. I had a lot of success this last year and hope to do the same. So I'm Mr. Rysz, by the way, and this is room 508 if you were in the classroom. Okay, so what is this class? I'm going to give you the definition straight from Project Lead the Way. We're going to be using Python as a primary tool and incorporating multiple platforms and languages for computing. This course aims to develop computational thinking, generate excitement about career paths that utilize computing, and introduce professional tools that foster creativity and collaboration. Computer science principle helps students develop programming expertise and explore the workings of the internet. Projects and problems include app development, visualization of data, cybersecurity and simulation. Project Lead the Way is recognized by the College Board as an endorsed provider of a curriculum as professional development for AP Computer Science Principles, AP CSP, which is an option, but nobody will take it because you can get CCP credit, and that's way easier than passing an AP test and all endorsements, yada, 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 a bunch of legal jargon. Okay, so what is this class? This class is a secondary class that we have with computer science. They've actually completely revamped computer science principles over the summer. Nothing new, that was just on the thing to do. They started revamping all the computer classes 3 years ago. This is just the 3rd class in Leadway for Project Leadway for computer science. So they redid it. They've really upped the difficulty. They don't spend as much time working on the app development as they did before. They pretty much jump right into the coding and using that. And so there's going to be some resources along the way. That's going to be new for me, new for you, obviously, as well. And so we'll have a couple of hiccups, but we're going to plan for pacing on that. So we're going to go over a lot of coding stuff. We'll also talk about web security, and we'll develop some history lessons too. Like, you know, it's kind of nice to know like why we code the language we use, like where did we come from? And once we understand the roots of everything, it helps us out. So rules in this classroom, pretty straightforward. Make sure you guys are on time in this class. If you need to go to the restroom beforehand, let me know. It makes it a lot easier instead of just waiting until we get started and then asking to go. So see me first. Use appropriate language. It can get frustrating in here sometimes when you're coding. You might want to say some 4-letter colorful words, but we're going to refrain from that. Make sure your phones are away during instructional time. There will actually be times that we'll probably need to have our phones out to do some things. But as I go through and explain, which will usually only be a couple minutes at the beginning of the class, since a lot of this is project-based learning, make sure those phones are away and be kind and respectful to others. Sometimes we'll be working at projects and you may not be the leader of the group, and we'll have another person be as a chosen leader. And it's just to try out different skills and different perspectives and just be respectful of their ideas. You might want to code a certain way. You might want to use an if statement or an else statement or elif or something that would be actually functionally better, but let the other person decide. So be respectful of that. So technology rules in here. We do have a laptop cart over there. Each one of you guys will be assigned to that for several reasons now. But if you notice any problem with the laptop or the tablet, let me know, because you guys will not be the only class that uses them. We have 2 other computer science classes here, and we want to make sure. Now, I will space these out so I won't have the Monday, Wednesday people sharing the same laptop as the Tuesday or Thursday. Wait, I got this mess. Yeah, the Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and the Wednesday, Friday. We'll have them spaced out, so we'll try to limit the number of people using the same laptop, but make sure if there's something wrong, you let me know. Don't explore. Sometimes that's going to be tough and difficult to do. You're going to have an idea. You might want to go ahead and do this. But as I'm explaining some things, I will be giving hints because we want certain results at the end. And I'll try to give you hints slower. So try to limit the exploring time we have during instructional time. So what do you need to bring to class every day? Make sure your Chromebook is charged and ready to go. We're going to try to use that as much as we can, but there will probably be some technical limitations that we will have, especially in this class. Make sure you have something to write with. Make sure you have a notebook to put those ideas down in a 3-ring binder. So last year, most of the stuff we tried to do was online. A goal of mine is to make sure you guys can develop a good digital portfolio. So we will make a web page to help us with that. But it's still a good idea to write things down. Sometimes, I shouldn't say sometimes, I should say, some students find it easier when they make their documentations or brainstorm or anything like that to write that down on paper and then just take a picture of it to digitize that. And I'm completely fine with that. There's so many different mediums when it comes to like brainstorming ideas, and there's not a good one. It's all personal preference. So I'm not going to require you guys to learn a certain one. So when it comes to brainstorming, if you're so focused and just can do it better on paper, pencil, that's fine. When it comes to coding, obviously we can't code. Well, we shouldn't be coding with paper and pencil. We should be doing that online. So there we go. Should have a flash drive too. This should be a big recommendation. A lot of the students 2 years ago had problems because they were trying to use the Z drive to save their assignments. The Z drive is basically on its last leg, if it even is still around. I haven't even checked. They're not updating it. They're not doing anything to it. So there was a lot of issues where they would cause the whole computer to crash just trying to access the Z drive. Any student that had a flash drive, it worked well. Last year, the vast majority of the students had their own flash drive and everything seemed to work smoothly. So get a flash drive. It doesn't have to be big. None of the files we have are going to be in the gigabytes or anything. So a small flash drive, a couple dollars will work out well for you. So where do grades come from? We'll have some formative assessments. So as we work through the lesson, there'll be different breakdowns. I will break down things. They did totally update the Project Lead the Way course for you guys. It's actually really nice, but there will be some other times I will have assignments split up. So we might be working on one section. So this could be section 1.2.2. And you might have to submit part of it on Canvas, part of it on Ripple, but we're just going to have to kind of go with the flow. This is a completely new updated version of it. The Project Lead the Way website is great. Everything is there all at once, but there's no way for you to submit that assignment to me. So it's great for you to practice on the webpage, but you can't turn it in to get points. And I'm going to try to give you guys as many points as possible. Project Lead the Way just wants you to practice along the way and then have one big project at the end of the quarter, which I think that gets too stressful at times. We will have summative tests and quizzes, mostly quizzes. Sometimes when we learn like variable roles and things like that, I'll just throw a pop quiz out, or there'll be online quizzes. Tests don't come out too often. This is a project-based class, so we will have more projects, which is what's next here. Projects, we'll have plenty of them. And then we'll have semester and final exams. We still have to do that as a class. Last year, I was able to do all the final exams were just a big project and just a reflection of those. And same thing with the semester exam. So grading, how does it work out? I just take the total amount of points you got over the total amount of points possible and give you a grade for that. So when we do a project, it's going to be worth a lot more points than when we do a simple assignment because it takes a lot longer to do. I don't weight anything out and say, all right, this unit project's going to be 20% of your grade, and this homework's going to be 10% of your grade, and this other unit project's going to be 20. Yeah, it's just whatever we do, work longer on, it's going to be worth more points. There will be homework in CSP, not necessarily every day, but there'll be plenty of it. So if you do not have the needed technology at home, make sure you guys have plans. So come in before school. Can't do that anymore, but make sure you guys have the plans to get that. You guys will be testing it out. I'm going to give you guys some recommendations to test at home. Looking at what we're doing at the beginning, I don't see many things that are going to be required that you guys will be using like materials here. There is a project that I probably, depending on how things go, might have to push back a little bit just because we'll have to be in person more often, but it should be all right. Now I'll just use something from last year. All right, Classwork Policy. So I'll just put this all up here and I'll explain it real quick. We will be using Canvas Learning Management System. I am a big component of Canvas. I enjoy it. I think it's better. I've done my master's paper on it. With Canvas, though, all the assignments you'll see kind of two due dates. First is the due date that you'll see on Canvas. So and if you don't turn in by then, it will say it's late. That's basically the day you should get the assignment done by. So when it comes to an assignment, we might have to spend 1 or 2 days on it. You'll see it's due in 1 or 2 days. But you'll see later on, probably in an email or note on Google Classroom, the last acceptance day. So as we're working through a unit, I will let all those assignments be turned in late, and there will be no deduction of points until the last acceptance day. The last acceptance day will be when we're finishing a unit or we're taking a test. That'll be the last day to turn in any assignments from that unit. So I will let you guys know and be like, all right, guys, we got the project starting, or we're finishing the project, or we got a test coming up. Anything from 2.1.1 to 2.1.4 has to be turned in by Thursday night. Once you miss that date, it's a 0. There's no cutoff, and you'll have plenty of time to watch out for that. And anything on Canvas, you can resubmit. So if you went through, you made an assignment, you didn't do too well on it, and you don't like the grade you got, but as we moved on through this section and we figured out a way, or you can easily make it better, quicker, you want to go back and redo that, feel free to. I will update grades as much as I can. Okay, so here's the big thing that we need to talk about, what's going to be new this year with everything going on in 2020. All right, so first off, we will follow the mask and social distance mandates. I am not wearing my mask right now because I am alone in this room, but I will always have my mask on if you see me in here. So I will have my mask, and we will have social distancing going on. The desks are already spaced out. Now, I do have rolly chairs, so please do not roll your chair closer to the other desk to eliminate the 6 feet apart. We pretty much have several desks in here, 13, and we're optimizing the space as we can. Okay, here's another thing. For my personal kind of thoughts on this, I will not be handing out any work or collecting. I don't want to take anything from me, give it to you, or vice versa. I don't want to take anything from you, give it to me, and take it back. So all printed off things will be available for you in the back of the room. They'll be sorted out by days. I might have to do that a little bit differently. Actually, I'll just split the copies because some people will be here on Tuesdays, some people here will be Wednesdays. And those will be there for you. So if you want a copy of the notes so you can handwrite on, you can grab those. I'm not going to be handing them out. They'll be in the back. I will try to print these off well in advance so they have plenty of time to just sit in the back and do their thing. All right, here's the big thing. Other teachers might not be doing this, but I will be doing this, and I will be doing this until we are away from the hybrid model. I will not be leaving my bubble around my desk. Please have the common courtesy to respect my decision for this. I need to protect myself and my family first. Without getting into too much details, I have my own personal health problems that concern me when it comes to anything related to COVID. My wife has some personal health issues, and it's something we don't want to mess with. We have family and other friends that we look after and take care of, and so please respect our time during this. It's going to be different. It's going to be hard, but hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from. So I will not come out to you and help you out, sit next to you if you have a question. We're going to have to learn a new way to answer that. So I will answer the questions as best I can from my desk. Now, if you ask me something and you're just loud enough and it's something simple and quick that I can just answer, like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? Yeah, you can go. You don't have to send me an email. But if something like, hey, I don't understand this, we can set up a Zoom session to help you out. I hope you understand this. We will work through it. It will become normal. It won't be too bad, but I hope you understand. Now, I'm excited when these hybrid model gets lifted, we can go back to something different. But for right now, I need you guys to respect that. Some other things that will be new, we'll have the virtual Mondays. So these days, very little work will ever be assigned on those days. My goal for those days is just to go over a weekly go. So be like, all right, Tuesday we're going to be working on this, Wednesday we'll be working on this, Thursday this, Friday that. So your Mondays will be more likely a day to get caught up on anything. So if you had trouble on Thursday and Friday, couldn't figure out, those would be the days to get caught up. So the only time I will ever assign anything on Monday would be like if we finished a section on Friday or Thursday, depending on when you're here, to give like a pre-assessment. Like if I'm afraid that you might not know something or you might have covered something before, I might be like, all right, guys, this is what we're doing. And then can you take this optional quiz so that I'll just give you a couple points for. So the split days, the Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday, Fridays, each day will be the same whether you're in the class or not. So I'm not going to be doing like something, I don't see how this works in math. I can see how it works better in other classes, but I'm not going to be like, all right, you're going to do this here, learn this assignment in class, then practice it on home on Wednesday, because that doesn't make sense for the people who are at home on Wednesday and then they're going to come here. So assignments are going to be split. I'm going to look at my pacing that I did last year, and what I covered in one day, I'm going to split into two. So it's going to be a lot shorter. So each day there will be an instructional video already set up for that lesson. So if you are at home on that day, you can watch the video and follow the online assessment. Now, if you're here in class, I can probably, and I'm going to try different methods. I can do a screencast to the projector. We can answer, we can go over things. But if you just want to sit there and watch the video like you were doing at home, that's fine with me. The one thing about all these online assessments during the time, they will have unlimited retakes. So you can keep trying and trying until you get things done. And so that's pretty much until we take a test in here. So what we're going to do next is the class to get to know you part. Usually I do this on note cards, but we're going to try something a little bit different. I want you guys to use anything that you want. So any medium, if you want to make a PowerPoint, if you want to use a Google Doc, if you want to make anything you want, a TikTok video or something, share that to me. My email address is j_riz@lcsschools.net. And just tell me some things about yourself. What's your name, class period, who knows what that is right now, but who did you have last year for math? So what did you take? And your favorite things, your movie, TV shows, things, clubs, activity, and then really what do you want to do next year? So if I get a lot of people in here that want to be into a business degree, I'm going to search for more business calculus examples. If I got a lot of people who want to go into engineering, I'm going to find engineering examples. So just let me know if you have an idea what you want to do next year. All right, so about me, my name's Justin Rysz. I'm originally from a small town in Ohio. I'm sorry, I just noticed this picture of me from like Christmas last year or a while ago. And then comparing to my face now, definitely the quarantine has affected the haircut. Okay, I live in Canal, Winchester, with my wife, Amanda, and we have a son, Bowie. He is 3.5, so that is a pretty old picture of him. And then we are expecting a baby boy around February 18th, and so probably comes to our concern. It obviously came to a complete surprise to us, and there's several reasons why, and that's why I'm really taking. We had our first fur baby there, Ollie. He is 10.5 years old. And he is a grumpus of a mutton chihuahua type mix. I don't know. All right, so what are some things I like to do? Some things I like to do is skateboard. I've been skateboarding since 2000, so 20 years this summer. I should probably be a lot better, but I'm not. Other things I like to do, I like to cook. Oh yeah, that is a picture of me doing Crooked Guy at the canal park. So I like to cook. I do all the cooking at our house. My wife is not the best cook at all. I always tease her because the first time she tried to make mac and cheese when we lived together, she didn't realize you had to drain the noodles, and she just let them keep boiling and thought and put the cheese sauce in it, made like a mac and cheese soup, just thought it would like congeal together, but there we go. We're really into when we got free time, which isn't that often, watching TV, Netflix, and Hulu dramas. So Game of Thrones, super big into that. Have read all the books. Hopefully Winds of Winter comes out soon. Watch the show. Still a fan of it, even though the last season wasn't that great. The Office, still after all these years, we just rewatched The Office. My wife and I put it on every night when we go to bed. And the last 3 times we finished the series, we just started back over, so it doesn't stop. And then right now we're watching The Handmaid's Tale. That show is insane. And so usually other things I get into sports. We are season ticket holders for Ohio State football, although that is not happening this year. So hopefully you guys learn a little bit about me. You'll learn more as we move out, go throughout the year. But I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to get to know you guys, but I'm going to take my time, and I hope you guys respect that. All right, so best of luck. Let's do this year. We're going to have a fun year. It's going to be good. We'll make the best of it. End of the